What's up, people? I am back for another video. I'm doing this one a little bit earlier because I'm not gonna probably be able to do a video later tonight. But today I am reviewing a movie. I watched this one came out in 2004, so it probably was the year it came out because I don't think this is a theatrical release. I think this is one of those, like, they always played it on Sci-Fi. It may have been like a 2005 actually when I watched this, but yeah, this was like on the Sci-Fi channel all the time when they would do pretty much anything about like killer fish or sharks. They would often play this one. This is around the same time a movie called Snakehead Terror, which I might also review somewhere down the line, came out. So yeah, and I remember really liking it. This one is pretty much, yeah, the acting isn't the greatest. The fish look terrible, I'll be honest, but it's a fun movie. You have fun characters. I actually like the main character, Sam. He's this like medical guy, and Mary, she's a decent character. But she gets killed pretty early on in a fucking hilarious way. But and then you have like the love interest, Eliza, or actually I think I might have mixed the names up. Mary is Sarah. I think Eliza's the main like love interest in the movie, and I think she's fine. You have a couple group of characters. They start getting killed by these genetically altered snakeheads. The kills are actually pretty decent. And they're kind of forced to be on top of these because they're in the bayou. So you have these little houses. They're like shacks essentially, and they have to be on top of them to try to survive. I like those kind of moments. Like I mentioned, the acting isn't the greatest, but who cares? These are kind of movies you just kind of sit back. It's only an hour and like 20 or hour and 25, something like that. So it's not a long movie at all. Some decent kills, some okay characters, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about this movie. I recommend it. It's short. Yeah. So tomorrow, I will be for sure this time doing Phantasm 4. If I'm in the mood, I might just do 4 and 5, just finish it out and do 2 videos in one. We'll see. Because I might, if I'm available tomorrow, I might do Phantasm 4 like during the day, and then do Phantasm Ravager. I think that's the last 5th one. That one I could probably do at night, so we'll see. But besides that, I'm gonna get started here. So cheers. We see a fisherman. That's a fisherman. John is the character's name. He's like fishing, doing his normal thing, and then an unseen creature kills him pretty brutally. You just kind of see him get dragged around, and then they find his body. This is where we meet our main character's medical examiner, Sam, and one of the leads for a while, Mary, who is a biologist. They're investigating John's death. They're like asking around, like they theorize initially think it's a bull shark. And this is where we meet a noodler. I think his name's Elmer. It's kind of like the redneck character, and he takes them around. And this is where we meet Gloria and her daughter Eliza, and basically they these characters kind of get to know each other. Elmer, I'll just kind of jump ahead. Elmer, while they're out, is Elmer, Sam, and Mary. They're out on the boat. The boat, Elmer gets knocked off, and he gets killed by one of the snakeheads. Then that night, this is where we meet Roland and his like wife. He's like this hippie kind of character, and while looking in the water, he gets his head bitten off pretty brutally. Like, yeah, the kills are pretty brutal, even though you don't, even though the the CGI isn't great. Like at times when you do see the snakeheads, it looks like a video game, but it's fine. It's a low budget movie. It does. I actually kind of like. It's like with Eight Legged Freaks. I kind of like that it's low budget in a way. Makes the movie even more in a way authentic. So yeah, the fish start attacking. Um, Ends up killing Bobby, his wife. Then the group have to try to escape, but the boats end up getting destroyed, so they're basically stranded on top of the shack. And they have to try to stay on top of these houses to try to survive, and that's kind of basically the movie for a while. Granted, um, Ricardo's another character you kind of meet, and he manages to kill one of them. Because I do like that for a while you do think it's one of them, but then it's revealed there's multiple. Ricardo manages to kill one of them, and he ends up cooking it, which is pretty funny. Another one shows up, and this is where we get the reveal that there's more. Ends up killing him. Because of an explosion happening, Mary initially figures out like I can find a way to stop him, but then her death is so I don't know how, but somehow a shotgun manages to go off. I guess because of the explosion, somehow goes off and shoots her. I'm not gonna lie, I died laughing. Um, and they and then they end up attacking Gloria. And they're starting to make the boats because the houses are also like on top of like their houseboats basically. They're starting to sink. Then this group, Jeff, I think that's what the character's name was. With these kind of movies, I'll admit I don't pay attention to names, but Jeff and his crew show up, and they basically you kind of get the quick backstory. They kind of tell like what these fish are. Um, and basically they order them to like go get on the boat if they want to get out and listen to them. So they order Sam to go into the cave because they're hunting basically the big one. But Jeff and his crew end up getting killed by the I think it was the large male one. Then they chase Eliza, Sam, and Dan, who Dan is like her ex-boyfriend, and he's essentially the asshole of the movie. So they chase him. Dan ends up getting killed, and Sam and Eliza manage to get off the boat and lure the fish basically to the fan and for the big one to kill itself. And basically that's the end of the movie. It's a fun movie. Like it's a simple watch. There's not a lot to it. I like they kind of explain the fish, but they don't go into it too much. Like they just kind of thought they're genetically altered. They don't explain how they were altered. Like I kind of like that. Sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate things or even go into a backstory. Sometimes just these things are here, you know. And yeah, the fish were a threat. I thought they were fun. You had some solid kills. Probably my favorite kill of the whole movie is the decapitation one. He just bites a dude's head off. But yeah, overall, it's a fun movie. Like, not like a traditionally probably if you're gonna do the whole objective thing, but it's a solid movie. So I'd probably give this one like a 7 out of 10. I'd recommend it, especially as a creature feature. It's a fun little creature feature about a killer fish. So tomorrow I'll be doing Phantasm 4, going in that blind. So we'll see. I might, if I don't do Ravager tomorrow, for sure be next Thursday, but I might try to do both of them tomorrow just to make up, because I was supposed to do Ravager this week, but because Halloween Ends came out, and now I'm pretty much regret putting off Phantasm 4 to watch that piece of shit. But anyway, I've gone off about that movie enough. I'll do the more Halloween Ends problems probably sometime next week, but aside from that, I am gonna peace out here. As usual. Fuck Biden. Fuck Fuck Kamala. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.